today to talk about what is going on with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, this past Sunday, I did a podcast where I talked about New Japan Pro Wrestling still stuck in the past. Was I spoke about how David Finley ended up winning the New Japan Cup and whatnot, and then for him to win the New Japan Cup, but yet he didn't beat Goto because I don't know, for whatever reason, the company thinks that David Finlay is not the guy to carry New Japan, and being, I guess, because it's Japan, they won't let a guy who's not Japanese win the title because they just had Zack Sabre Jr. with the belt and whatnot for winning the G1 Climax. I was talking about how this company right now is stuck in the past. Hiroki Goto is the IWGP World Champion and whatnot, but let's talk about what happened a couple of days later, which was yesterday. Was the report that Tetsuya Naito, Bushi, and Jeff Cobb are leaving New Japan. Now, is this a big blow for New Japan? Maybe yes, maybe no. And the reason I'm saying that is because Naito has slowed down a lot. That's for sure. He has slowed down the last couple of years and whatnot. A lot of it has to do with the knees and all that stuff. Bushi, of course, he's not a main event guy. He does very well sometimes on the best of the Super Juniors in Japan. As far as Jeff Cobb is concerned, I mean, Jeff Cobb has been with New Japan Pro Wrestling for over, I say, 8 years or 7 years, whatever it is. When he was in Ring of Honor, he would travel to Japan. I saw him wrestle at the G1 Supercard back in 2019, where he beat Will Ospreay for the never open weight title. And not only that's the only title he's won, but he has won the New Japan World TV title. He has won the IWGP Tag Team Championship and three occasions. I think two of them was with the Great Khan. He just recently won the tag team belts with Kyle Newman and whatnot. And the way I look at it is, what is New Japan doing? Because in reality, if you think about it, you know, them letting go Jeff Cobb and whatnot for whatever reason, I would have gave him a lot. I would have gave him money. I would have let him stay there because he's one of the main guys in there. But I guess what I'm looking at here, if they trying to go young, as far as is them, you know, letting Bushi walk, letting Naito walk, letting Jeff Cobb walk, well, they surely are not doing it very well with having Goto as the IWGP World Champion. Now, I know this week it's WrestleMania week and whatnot, but you cannot ignore what's going on in New Japan. You know what I'm saying? Because now this kind of factors or what's going to happen at Forbidden Door, and I think Forbidden Door is going to be in August. I think it's going to be in London and whatnot. It's going to affect them because now what are you going to have by the time August rolls around when you got wrestlers leaving the promotion to come either to WWE or go to AEW? Now, as far as where I think these guys are going, I know Bushi is going to stay in Japan. He's going to probably wrestle in all other small promotions and whatnot. He already has gotten offers from these other little tiny Japanese promotion. He could go to Noah and wrestle in Noah. I mean, I'm sure he'll be go over there. But as far as Naito is concerned, I do not see him in WWE. And I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, you already seen what they've done to Nakamura. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bring in, first of all, Tetsuya Naito, who has slowed down a lot the last couple of years and whatnot into WWE when you got a lot of young talent and whatnot. And will he be able to, deal with the how you call it? With the working, traveling and all that stuff for WWE. I mean, whatever. All right, Sarah. Thank you for joining me. Hey, Ibo, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about this New Japan situation that's going on. Um, but Naito do not fit in WWE. Now he does fit in AEW, and I'm not saying it because I'm an AEW fan or I hate WWE. No, he fits in AEW for the simple fact the man has wrestled already in AEW. Now, what type of capacity he gonna be in that situation, I do not know. I really don't know where he fits there, but you know, I don't know. He could join Okada and they could do a little faction. You know what I'm saying? They have what's the name? Shibata in there. They could have a little faction going on. Sometime Tomohiro Ishii is there. He was there last night. So you could do a little faction of former Chaos and the Gobernables. Now I don't know what's gonna happen to the Gobernables of Japón now with uh Bushi and Naito leaving and whatnot. We don't know what's gonna happen there. Can I say hi, Lily? Okay, hi, Lily. All right, thank you very much, Sarah Valdez, for subbing to my channel. I appreciate that. Continue to check my channel every week. I do podcasts every Sunday. So back to this again. Thank you very much for everybody supporting. Hit that thumbs up on my channel, please. I would gladly appreciate it. Or subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500. So, uh, the crazy stuff again. Uh, what's gonna happen with the Gobernables in Japón? Because now you got Shingo Takagi there. You have uh you what's it, Sister Yuta, whatever his name. He's the global champion there. And then you got, and I think that's the only two left, really, because um like whenever the Japón has dwindled because ever since Sonata left, they have not been the same. You still got Titan who comes from CMML from time to time. Well, who's going to be the leader now? And let's go with now because if you look at what's going on in New Japan, as far as factions, Chaos broke up once Okada left. United Empire, they're not the same ever since Will Ospreay left. Bullet Club is now split. You got the House of Torture who claim they're the original Bullet Club and then you got the Bullet Club War Dogs and whatnot. So I mean, it's gonna be crazy, and my game is crazier because this past Friday at I think in the show in New Japan in Chicago, Windy City Riot, the Young Bucks called out the Bullet Club War Dogs. So you may see Carl Anderson and Gallows back in New Japan. You can see that happening. Um, but it's crazy because that's the whole point. But again, where does a Naito fits? He fits perfectly in AEW. I think he will do good. I don't see him going to WWE at all. Jeff Cobb, yes, he is going to WWE. That's already been confirmed. The question is, I don't know why he went and won the tag team titles with Carl Newman and said this. Oh, people say I was leaving. As soon as they won those titles, said, oh, people were saying I'm leaving. Well, I'm staying. I got the belt. So I don't know why he did that. Maybe just to get back at the pros or whatever the case may be. But it's crazy because right now this is stuff that's is for New Japan right now. This is dangerous. They're playing with fire because this is something that it's like history repeating itself. What happened back in 2002 all the way to 2007 when New Japan went through a real bad time where as far as the viewers and the fans, because people were not coming to see them and whatnot in New Japan. As far as the shows, because all like the Mudas, the Chonos, all that were gone. This is the same thing that's going on right now. You got the Okada left, Shea White left, Osprey's left, the Guerrillas of Destiny has left, and all these guys have left the company and whatnot, and it's hurting the company if you look at it. And a lot of these young wrestlers like Shota Umino, the what's the other guy? Damn. I know Shota Umino is one of the main guys that everybody says that he's the next ace. I don't see that happening and whatnot. Soldier Sushi, the global champion. He could be somebody that could be good at a lot of stuff. The Great Okan still young. I don't know what's gonna happen with New Japan, but right now New Japan is it looks like the sun is setting on them, and it's not a good thing to happen. The only thing that we could all see out of this is the fact that maybe we could see AEW work more with them and do like back and forth thing like they've been doing the last couple of years. But again, what Forbidden Door is going to look like? I mean, most likely we're going to have CMML wrestlers, but what about New Japan wrestlers? What we going to have left? You know what I'm saying? Um, and this is something for you guys to think about. I mean, like, WWE right now, they're trying to, but they're trying to get more. wrestlers in their roster, but I think honestly, I think that's a bad move because they're bloating the roster up. But now they're targeting New Japan wrestlers and whatnot. So I think they figure like, you know what? You start breaking down these other companies like New Japan, then AEW can't succeed because now you're taking all these wrestlers and WWE's taking the wrestlers. And of course, we heard what Nick Khan said yesterday. He claims that they don't bench wrestlers, which is a lie because they've been the the Y6 where they've been at in the bench was Alexa Bliss in the bench. So, but again, as far as New Japan, where do they go from here? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the Will Ospreay may be able to work on both companies to still be an AEW contract? You know what I'm saying? Anything could be done. Anything could be done. But as far as like Ito coming to WWE, I don't see that happening. Bushi's gonna stay in Japan. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Jeff Cobb, he is going to do WWE. I could see him maybe in NXT because they're trying to build that brand again from what McMahon did back in the years with the black and gold. Now we're seeing that they already got Ricky Saints, or known, aka known as Ricky Stark. You got you got Malachi Black coming back in to WWE, and you got Rusev coming in from AEW where he was in WWE before in 2019. Um, and now you got Penta, you got Ray Phoenix. So they're taking all these AEW guys and they're bringing them in. And AEW right now, last night's show was hot. But again, what's the working relationship in New Japan is going to look like because New Japan right now is losing talent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless they do a working relationship with another company, I don't. I mean, they try to do with Impact Wrestling or TNA, whatever you want to call it, and they kind of backed off out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because TNA decided to work with WWE. I don't know where they're gonna go with that, but it's it's crazy because again, the phase of pro wrestling this year has been crazy. Has been very crazy because I mean you've seen all the crazy stuff that's been going on. You saw, you know, well, who would have thought 2 years ago you would have Penta and Ray Phoenix in WWE? You know what I'm saying? You never thought of that. You would have never thought of seeing who else was in there? Ricky Starks and what's his name? Ethan Page. You would have never thought of that. Matter of fact, 5 years ago, you would have never thought that. So the face of wrestling is changing a lot. The competition is stiff and strong because now AEW is doing their thing and being very quiet of what they're doing. Last night, Josh Alexander debuted it. And they doing, I mean, that show last night was hot. But again, how everything's going to look at Forbidden Door in August when New Japan and AEW do their Forbidden Door show. What's going to be left of New Japan's roster? Because New Japan roster right now has taken a big hit the last couple of years. What are they going to do? So let me know what you think, guys. Thank you, Sarah, for coming. I appreciate it. Have a good day. But again, guys, if you want to follow me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me your comments of what you think about what's going to happen to New Japan, what you think is going on, and whatnot. And is Hiroshi Tanahashi being president was a good idea? I don't know. But this could be like the same thing that Tony Inoki did years ago. And New Japan's going to cool off for a while. We'll see. But let me know what you think and whatnot, and leave me your comments and whatnot. Again, also follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also check out my podcast store, tcwr.veryimpressive.com. That's tcwr veryimpressive.com and whatnot, and get your hats, your shirts, and your hoodies, and support the podcast and whatnot. So also also on Twitter. So hit me there at the Chokeslam Wrestling and support the podcast also. So till then, guys, I see you guys this Sunday with night one of WrestleMania. I will give you my thoughts on that card Monday. I mean, not Monday, I'm sorry, Saturday. The Saturday show, I will give you my thoughts on Sunday and what I thought about the whole card. And we will see each other again this weekend. And again, be safe. I'll see you guys very soon.